Hey guys, my name is Gormy. Welcome to the channel. Hope you guys are having a good week. Today I'm bringing you guys episode 8 of Project Ottawa with our Ottawa Senators. Now, in today's episode, we are going to be doing the NHL entry draft and the entire offseason, meaning we're going to be doing trades, free agency acquisitions, contract negotiations, and then setting up the team for season 3 as well. Now, before we get into today's video, please do not leave without leaving a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy the content I provide. I will be linking my Twitch as well as my socials down below in the description, as well as some previous videos for this series and my new series called The Future of, which I will be doing videos on the future of the NHL and other sports as well, and just sports in general with everything that is going on now today in this crazy world of ours. But now, without further ado, let's get into the video. So, last episode, we got eliminated in the first round. We got swept by the Florida Panthers after having a President's Trophy season. So that was kind of a bummer. But, I mean, there's going to be growing pains with this team. I know that we won round 1 in our first season against Toronto, but this Florida team was very good. Plus, I'm pretty sure they had a +5 on their top line because they had a power forward, playmaker, sniper line. So, I mean, it was definitely a tough matchup. But, I mean, congratulations to the Rangers for winning the Cup. The Blues and the Rangers played each other in the Cup. The Rangers took it in 6. So, I mean, that team's going to be absolutely unreal in the future for them, being that they already won a Cup. Now, we have quite the draft and offseason coming up, and I am going to show you our game plan for this upcoming offseason. So, here is the draft board for year 2. Here's the game plan for the draft. Now, in round 1, we're going to be offloading a lot of players. So we're going to trade Connor Brown, Colin White, Travis Hamonic, Sami Vatanen, Yoel Armia, and Joakim Nordstrom for prospects and picks. The reason why we are trading all them is because we're going to be bringing in a new coach this offseason. Now, with our first round pick, there really isn't a whole lot of great prospects around where we pick. So we're either going to take the best sniper available, or there is a playmaker I have in mind that we could probably slot into our third line eventually. So if he is there, we might take him. But if there is a pretty good sniper out there, we're most definitely going to take the sniper, being that we need them for future replacements for Anthony Duclair and Mike Hoffman. For round 2, we've got 2 picks. I would like to pick up Marek Tiupkin and Bryson Sampson. Now, Marek Tiupkin, he is a sniper. He is a center. So hopefully we can land him. And then Bryson Sampson is a gem. Now, it says he is a two-way forward, but it's only 3 bars. So he might be a two-way forward, might be a sniper, might be a playmaker, might be a power forward. We will have to wait and see. Hopefully he falls to us at our second pick in round number 2. Round 3, we're going to take Dane Nicolas. He is a left-wing, right-wing player from Switzerland. So if we can land him, I'll be very, very happy because I'm pretty sure he'll be a top 6 forward low, which, I mean, with that potential, he could either be a very vital sniper in our top 6 or be a very vital sniper for us on our third line forward group. And then the rest of our picks, we've got, I believe it's 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and then a 6th rounder. We're just going to trade them into next year so we have a few more picks because this draft really is not that deep. It's definitely loaded in the first 3 rounds, and then it really falls off. So we are definitely going to be focusing on getting these players that I have here for our targets, and then hopefully we can get some decent prospects and picks in return that will help us in our future, and also offloading some contracts because Hamonic, Vatanen, and Colin White all have some decent money that we are paying them. So when we offload them, we can definitely have some more wiggle room in the free agent market. And I mean, as of right now, with us trading Hamonic and Sami Vatanen, we will definitely have to bring in at least one D-man because I want to play Jacob Bernard Docker up this season. Although, if we can find 2 D-men to where I'm forced to play him down, then I will do so that him and Jake Sanderson get another year to grow together. All right, so I went ahead, put all the players except for one on the trade block because you can only put 5. We have 6 that I want to get rid of. Now, you guys are going to see a new layout on your screen. I'm on the right side, gameplay's on the left. So let me know in the comments down below if you guys like this setup. I quite like it myself. So if you guys do like it, I will probably switch to doing the videos this way in the future. Because, I mean, it looks pretty nice, to be honest. So if you guys really like the setup this way, let me know in the comments below, and I will start doing the videos in this format. All right, so we're into the draft. Tampa Bay wants to get rid of their 2nd. Nashville wants to get rid of their 9th. I might try and trade up so that we can get another prospect, because Colin White does have some decent trade value. Now, we do not pick until 27. So if I make a deal before we get to pick number 27, which, I mean, I'll for sure try and get rid of all the players that I really want to before our pick at 27, I will let you guys know. All right, so I was looking through some trades that I can get for Sami Vatanen. Now, I did not expect this one to happen. So I hit find a trade, went all the way through, was getting like some 3rd rounders and whatnot. And then Winnipeg offers me this: Nikolai Ehlers and a 3rd rounder from the LA Kings for Sami Vatanen. Now, Ehlers has 4 years left on his contract, paying him $6 million if we take him on. Now, we're bringing in a new coach, so I really hope that he will fit the group that we have here, because I am definitely taking this deal. Sami Vatanen for a 3rd and Nikolai Ehlers. Propose the trade. Trade accepted on behalf of the Winnipeg Jets organization. I accept your trade offer. We'll see you out on the ice. I cannot believe we just got Nikolai Ehlers for Sami Vatanen. All right, I'm going to be trading Travis Hamonic for Evgeny Afanasyev and a 4th rounder from the Nashville Predators in next year's draft, so that we have another forward prospect in the organization. All right, so I could not get that trade to go through with Detroit, so I went for the number 6 pick from the LA Kings. We traded Colin White, our 1st round pick, and 2 of our 4th round picks this year for their number 6 pick, and you guys are going to love who we are taking at number 6. With the 6th overall pick in the draft, the Ottawa Senators select Shane Wright from the Kingston Frontenacs. Welcome to Ottawa, kid. Center, playmaker, 76 overall, medium elite potential. This kid's going to be a stud. The reason why I wanted to trade up to try and get him, because I saw that he was still available, is because when you look at his stats, you look at Tim Stützle's stats, you put them on the same line together, even if you don't get that power forward sniper playmaker line build, you can still probably get a +3 out of their line. And if them two are playing together with, say, Brady Tkachuk or Alex Fermenton, they are going to be absolutely unreal. Now, having Shane Wright, he will probably play on the wing because he has 67 faceoffs, but he is going to still get time down in the juniors so that he can develop his faceoff rating. Hopefully it can go up to at least a 72, 75, because, I mean, 67 faceoffs, he'll probably play on the wing at that point, and then we'll have Tim Stützle play at center, because as of right now, Tim Stützle has higher faceoff rating than he does, but Tim Stützle has had 2 years of development already compared to Shane Wright, who just turned 18. So, I mean, having Shane Wright and Matt Beniers and Tim Stützle, we are set for the future at center. Last trade I'm going to be making, we're going to be sending Connor Brown and Rudolph Balcers to the Philadelphia Flyers for a 3rd rounder next year and the 7th this year, and then I'm going to trade away the 7th and our later picks together for some more picks next year as well. With our first pick in the 2nd round, we are going to be taking Marek Tupkin. Hopefully he is a sniper because he only has 2 bars with sniper, but hopefully he is a sniper. He is a center. He is a shorter center, but we can definitely work with it. Marek Tupkin, welcome to the Ottawa Senators. He is a top 9 forward center. Now, we can definitely work with that development trait because we can get it to go up. Now, he could probably be a pretty solid third line center for us as a sniper, because then we can put a winger that's a power forward and a winger that is a playmaker with him on that third line in the future once he develops. Nashville just ruined my mood right there. They took Samson, the gem, and he was a sniper. So, I'm going to try and trade for him. So we got Bryson Sampson, traded our 3rd round pick to get him. So honestly, now we can take the Swiss kid here in the 2nd. Actually, thinking it over, we could trade for Ziuzin here, as he is a left wing sniper. He's top 6'4" low. But, I mean, he's a sniper. And, I mean, we develop him and Sampson down in the AHL together. Maybe their devs trait, maybe it'll go up to a low elite or a medium top 6. I don't know what it could go to, but I think knowing that he's a surefire left wing sniper, top 6 forward low, I think that's the way to go. So I'm going to try and trade for him as well. Alright, so we just got Ruslan Ziuzin. Now, we also got the 3rd rounder from Vegas in the next round. So, if that Swiss kid is still there, I'm going to take him. We're getting pretty damn lucky this draft, as Dane Nicholas is still here. Low elite potential, sniper for sure, but there is one other player that just caught my eye, and it is this goalie right here, Nicholas Magnuson. High elite potential. So, he could be a medium elite, he could be a high starter, or he could be a high fringe starter. Now, taking a goalie with that potential is kind of risky, because it could really be any of those 3. I've had plenty of goalies that end up saying, oh, high elite potential, high starter potential, and then they're a high fringe starter. So I think the right pick is going with Nicholas right here. Dane Nicholas, welcome to the Ottawa Senators. Top 9 low sniper, but once again, we can work with that. Now, he'll probably be one of those players that will come in if we get an injury. He'll be a scratch player, but who knows? Maybe he develops into just a nasty player for us. The pick after we took Nicholas Magnuson, ended up being taken. He was a high starter goalie. Now, that's good for Carolina. Kind of bad look for us, but we still have Philip Gustafson, we've got Mads Sogard, we've got Nick Malik, and we've got Matt Murray. So, I mean, we have our options in net. It would have been nice to have Nicholas Magnuson for sure, but I really want to focus on getting these snipers for right now. And that was all of our picks already. So we hit on everybody that we wanted. We were able to trade for those 2 players. Everybody was a sniper besides Shane Wright. And getting Shane Wright, that will definitely bolster our future with this team. And we are looking to be just an absolute powerhouse down the middle in the future. Alright, so we have quite a few players who have expiring contracts. Now, the RFAs we definitely need to bring back. The UFAs, such as Mike Hoffman, now he went up to an 87 overall, but already he dropped. So I think we are going to let him go. That will allow Fermenton to get some more playing time, as well as Anthony Duclair, as Duclair is still, I believe, 4 to 5 years younger than Mike Hoffman. So we do still have some time with Anthony Duclair for sure. So hopefully, with getting Fermenton more time and Anthony Duclair some more time, it will work out for the better for us. So I'm extending Erik Brannstrom, going to offer him 8 years, so he's here until he's 30. Offered him 5.75 just to see if he bites on that. Hopefully he does. If not, we might have to offer him a little bit more. But hopefully he does take this and gives us a little bit of a discount. Offering Alex Fermenton 8 years as well, so we have him till he is 30. He wants 3.7. I'm going to see if he'll take 3.575. Just, once again, a little bit of a discount. Hopefully he takes it. And if we can get him for 8 years at that salary, he's an absolute steal. Offering Josh Norris another extension right here. Giving him a 1 year just because I'm not quite certain I want to run with that third line to a forward group yet. He is going to center Drake Batherson on that line because our fourth line now is going to be a grinder line. I've had success in years past with grinders on line 4, so hopefully Josh Norris and Drake Batherson can get the job done on line 3 for us, as well as bringing in someone else to play on that third line with them, and hopefully it works out for the better. Good news, we've got Josh Norris for 1 more year. Hopefully he works out well with Drake Batherson on that third line. I think that they could do some real damage together. We also, no we did not. So Erik Brannstrom wants more money. If we are to offer him that 8-year contract, I am surely going to give it to him. Alex Fermenton signed 8 years with that discount. Absolute steal for us. And there we go. Shane Wright officially on his rookie contract. Hopefully he'll be able to play, honestly, after a year in development for us. Might have him do 2 years of development just so that when he comes up, whether it be season 4, season 5, he's just an absolute brute force for us. Alright, so we got Erik Brannstrom on a 8-year extension for $6.15 million. So hopefully it works out for us, because if it doesn't, that deal will definitely bite us in the ass. Now, hopefully I can bring in a defensive defenseman that really works with him. Now, with the coaching change, I'm hoping to bring in a defensive defenseman that will work with him. Or if we have a defenseman in the system already that will work with him, that will be even better, to where we don't have to spend those extra dollars just to make sure that we can get the most out of him. I'd rather find that talent in-house than outsource for it. Now, first thing is first. As you guys can see, we need our head coach for the NHL and for the AHL. I mean, we need a whole coaching staff for the AHL, but I'm going with a forwards head coach. Now, Serge Days, not sure how you say it, but he looks great rating-wise, but his team fit's only 53%. Now, with Willie Perry, once again, looks great, but team fit only 57%. But you go to Michel Dufresne, 68%. And I looked at it beforehand with everybody in the lineup. He's at like 73, 74%. So Michel Dufresne is going to be our next coach. Now, it might be Michel Dufresne, but it actually looks like Michel Dufresne? Dufresne? I think. Michel Dufresne. We'll go with that. So I'm going to be offering him 1.55 for 5 years to coach our team here in Ottawa. Hopefully he accepts, because if he does, this team will really gel under him. All right, so looking at free agency, this is a pretty good free agency class. Now, Brock Besser, obviously restricted free agent. I believe we could pick up Mike Riley. Now, it would be kind of difficult because we would then have Thomas Chabot and Dougie Hamilton, Erik Brannstrom, Morgan Riley. I mean, our defense would be absolutely loaded offensively, but we need defense. And I think the perfect man is Colton Parayko. Because if we can get Colton Parayko with Eric Brandstrom for at least 3 years, I think that will be unreal for us, honestly. So we've got $22 million to work with. So I think I'm going to offer Colton Parayko for sure. Now, what we could do if this deal does not work out with Colton Parayko, we could try for Morgan Riley if he is still there. But I'm really hoping that this deal with Colton Parayko works out. I think if we were to offer him 6.75 for 3 years, I think he would take that. He would get to play with Brandstrom for 3 years. That duo would be absolutely disgusting together. So, 6.75, 3 years for Colton Parayko, offering him the contract. Hopefully he accepts. So getting started with bringing in our grinder line, I'm offering Jujhar Khaira to be our center on that fourth line. The other two players I'm also hoping will sign. I mean, if we can get Jujhar Khaira for 3 years at... Can we do 9.5? We can do 9.5. 3 years at 9.5. That will be pretty good because, I mean, if he produces, he can probably go to an 80 overall. And if we could have an all 80 grinder line, that would be pretty solid because grinders do produce. And I know it may be surprising, but I really think that this grinder line will be the real deal for us. The left winger on this line is going to be Antoine Roussel. Now, I am only going to offer him 1 year, but I'm going to offer him $25K more than he wants so that he will sign. I think having Antoine Roussel and Jujhar Khaira will definitely be a solid fourth line duo because the other winger that I will be putting on this fourth line, I just need him to stay out of the box. And if he can do that, he will actually produce and make this fourth line a very viable fourth line for us. And the last player I'm getting for our fourth line, Andrew Shaw. Now, he does want $2.1 million, but it is because he can score. So, if he can stay out of the box, I think he will be very solid for us. So, hopefully, we can get Jujhar Khaira, Antoine Roussel, and Andrew Shaw. If all three of them sign, that is our fourth line already figured out, and they will be studs together. All right, so here is the short list of all the players that I have approached with contracts. Now, obviously, you guys saw Khaira, Roussel, and Shaw, along with Colton Parayko. I'm going to be trying for Tony DeAngelo and Nikita Zadorov to be our third line D pairing because if we can get both of them, that is another offensive defenseman and defensive defenseman together. And then we can have Tony DeAngelo on the power play with Eric Brandstrom. And those two running the power play together will be unreal. So hopefully we can get both of them. And then I'm going to try and bring in Miles Wood for our other two-way forward on our third line. Just because there really wasn't anybody else out there that I saw worth the money. Now, Philip Forsberg was out there, but Philip Forsberg doesn't... He's not a third-line player. So it would make sense to sign him and then he'd be playing third-line minutes. So hopefully we get all these guys. Let's see what happens. All right, so we just got this offer from the New York Islanders. It is Lassie Thompson, our second, Phil Recchi, who we took last year, and then our fifth for Matt Barzal and a fourth. Now, he has a 7-year contract, so he would be here for the long haul at $9 million as well. Now, the thing is, we just offered all those contracts. I am not sure money-wise we will be able to afford everybody if we make this move. But honestly, that is a risk I am willing to take because it is Matt Barzal. if we have Matt Barzal, Tim Stützle, Shane Wright, Matt Beniers, they can all play center or wing. We have Fermenton. We've got Brady Tkachuk. All we would have to do is hope that Jan Sickert works out. Because if so, we can have 3 insane lines. Because I would have Matt Barzal play line 1 center, Tim Stützle play line 2, Matt Beniers play line 3. And then Shane Wright would probably be on the wing on one of those lines. So, honestly, without further ado, Matt Barzal, welcome to the Ottawa Senators. There we go. We got our coach as well. Michel Dufresne. Michel Dufresne. I honestly don't know how to say this. We got our coach, Michel D. That's what we're calling him, Michel D. Because I cannot pronounce that last name. If any of you can, comment it down below. I will do my best to pronounce it. All right, so we got Andrew Shaw. We got Nikita Zadorov. We got Jujhar Khaira. We got Miles Wood. We got Tony DeAngelo. We got Antoine Roussel. So are we waiting on Colton Parayko then? We're waiting on Colton Parayko and we can still afford him. Let's go. Colton Parayko just signed with the Arizona Coyotes. Absolutely heartbreaking. So after looking over our defensive core, we actually are going to be okay without Colton Parayko. So we're going to still have Thomas Chabot with Dougie Hamilton. Now with Eric Brandstrom, he will either be playing with Nikita Zadorov or Vladislav Gavrikov, most likely Gavrikov, and then Tony DeAngelo will play with the other D-man. Now Jacob Bernard-Docker will be playing another year with Jake Sanderson down in the AHL. Now, after year 3, we are going to have to decide, okay, are Jacob Bernard-Docker and Jake Sanderson coming up? Or are we going to move in a different direction? Now, I would love for them to come up, but if this group that we have this year in the NHL performs like they should, then we may have to consider moving either Jake Sanderson or Jacob Bernard-Docker. Now, I really do not want to do so, but if it comes to that, which we won't know until the end of year 3, we will have to cross that bridge when the time comes on what we are going to do considering the future of our defensive core. Now, forward group-wise, we are stacked. Now, the only thing is we do need to figure out, okay, who's on what line, who's playing with who. It'll be fairly simple to figure that out once I can see all the lines and whatnot, and who's going to be on what roster. But, I mean, the NHL squad is going to be stacked this year. Plus, we got Matt Murray coming back, and Philip Gustafson is going to be backing him up this year because I did not want to pay any unneeded money to a backup goalie that probably would have played just like Linus Ullmark did last year. All right, so after going over the lines and everything and what players I was able to hold on to, what players had to go, because we were stacked and not everybody was going to fit into this lineup, and it would have been a little bit messed up on what I wanted to do. So I had to move a player. That player was Ryan Strome. But we got Justin Barron, a defensive prospect from Colorado, and their not first overall pick, but their first round pick for this upcoming season. So we have 2 first round picks this upcoming season. Now, after I went over these lines, you guys are going to love this lineup. All right, so here is the offense for our 3rd season with the Ottawa Senators. So our first line goes as follows. We've got Brady Tkachuk, centered by Alex Galchenyuk and Anthony Duclair. Then we have got Alex Fermenton with Matthew Barzal and Nikolai Ehlers. We've got Miles Wood, Josh Norris, and Drake Batherson. And then Antoine Roussel, Jujhar Khaira, and Andrew Shaw. Now, you guys might be wondering, okay, why do you have Barzal on the second, Galchenyuk on the first? If I have Barzal on the first, it goes down to a +3, but if I have Galchenyuk up here, it's a +5. And I mean, honestly, having a +5 with Brady Tkachuk, Galchenyuk, and Duclair, it'll be great for the sim. Plus, it'll help them grow. And if we can get them to play at their top game all season long, they can go up in overall and then be pretty solid for the playoff run. Now, with the playoff run, I will probably switch it up like this to where it's Brady Tkachuk, Matt Barzal, Nikolai Ehlers, then Fermenton, Galchenyuk, Duclair, so that we have a loaded first line. But for the regular season, I am going to run it like this with Tkachuk, Galchenyuk, and Duclair, and then Fermenton, Barzal, Ehlers. And I mean, having Fermenton play with Barzal and Ehlers, that'll be very good for his development because both of these players are very solid players. And then defensively, we've got Thomas Chabot with Dougie Hamilton, Eric Brandstrom and Vladislav Gavrikov on a +5, as Hamilton and Chabot are on a +3, and then Zadorov and D'Angelo, they have a +1. Our power play unit looks like this. We've got Brady Tkachuk with Matthew Barzal and Nikolai Ehlers, with Brandstrom and D'Angelo on the points. And then we've got Fermenton, Galchenyuk, and Duclair with Hamilton and Chabot at the points. And then our penalty kills are Josh Norris with Andrew Shaw, Chabot and Zadorov, and then Drake Batherson, Jujhar Khaira with Brandstrom and Hamilton. And then in net, of course, we've got Mr. Matt Murray and Philip Gustafson. Down in the AHL, we've got Dominic Simon with Tim Stützle and Evgeny Svechnikov, just like last year. Then we've got Joel Kiviranta with Matt Beniers. So Matt Beniers is going to get some time this year, along with Matt Luff. Then we've got Rasmus Asplund, Maxim Letinov, and Jonathan Davidson. And then Igor Afanasayev, Jacob De La Rose, and Josh Williams. Defensively, we've got Jake Sanderson with Jacob Bernard Docker again. We've got Justin Barron with Christian Jaros, and Max Lajoie with Tim Heed. And in net, we've got Mads Sogard, and backing him up is Nick Malik. So Nick Malik will start to develop now at the age of 20. So hopefully we can get him to 80 overall by the time he's 23. That would be great. Then the power play units are Tim Stützle, Matt Beniers, Evgeny Svechnikov with Sanderson and Bernard Docker. Then we've got Matt Luff, Maxim Letinov, Dominic Simon, Justin Barron, and Tim Heed. Then the PK, we've got Jacob De La Rose, Jonathan Davidson, Jacob Bernard Docker, Christian Jaros, Letinov, Asplund, Lajoie, and Heed. So, I mean, this AHL club, they definitely have what it takes this year to win it all in the AHL. Then the scratches, we've got Jan Sickert, Ridley Gregg, Rem Pitlick, and Matthew Pekka. Alright, so that is going to do it for us today in this episode of Project Ottawa. Please let me know what you guys think of the new layout that I had going on during the episode in the comments down below. Also, let me know what you guys think of this roster for Season 3. I think it's absolutely stacked. The best that we have had so far for sure. Plus, we finally have a +5 on our offense and on defense. I know it's only one line on each, but you got to start somewhere. Hopefully this team has a phenomenal regular season and an even better playoff run coming up. Hopefully we'll have the episode 9 out this weekend, most likely. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Once again, please let me know what you guys think of the roster. Let me know what you guys think of our prospect pool and whatnot. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.